Hey there, it's Natalie Bardo here, and I'm excited to help you set up your homepage. I want to begin this video with a bit of a warning to not spend too much time on this right now. Because here's the thing, a lot of these themes, when you see them, they look so amazing, but they encourage you to spend a lot of time designing things that you don't really need to worry about. You are a brand new blogger, you probably don't have a lot of content, so you don't need an elaborate homepage. So I'm going to use myself as an example. When I started, my blog didn't look like this. I built this out over the course of the first year. But when you're getting started, your entire blog doesn't necessarily need a homepage per se. What you need is this blog-focused homepage, which is all about your content and just telling your reader a bit about you. You'll then have links to an about page and a contact page. So I love this pretty travel theme by Pretty Darn Cute as a perfect example. You just need a simple menu bar. You can add in your social media links. Maybe you created a logo. You can add that here. But on your sidebar, it's just a photo of you and a bit of a bio. But the bulk of your blog is all about your content. Remember, this is a blog, so let's focus on blogging to begin with. Then, as things get, you get more content, you create freebies, all that, you can build out your homepage even more. You can add in your opt-in forms, you can do all these things. But just to get started, all you need is to keep it simple. You can add your logo to the top bar. You can have a simple menu. Remember, about page, contact page, right? And here they have a contact page on the bottom, but I would just keep that in your top menu. So don't be too complex about it. Another thing I see a lot with new bloggers is they have 3 blog posts, but for some reason, there's like 10 blog topic categories. So just keep it simple. Blog. So you'll have your homepage, which is going to focus on your content, your about page, your contact me, and that's it to get started. You will build it out more as time goes on, okay? So start with a blog that looks like this, not with one that has a complicated homepage. You will get here, but you just have to get started. So those are my basic tips for you to get started. So this is your sidebar. So you're going to be adding those images to your sidebar. So one tip as well is if you're going to go with a free theme, there are a bunch of free themes that kind of look like this. So if that's, you don't want to invest in a premium theme for now, that's okay. But just set up a theme that just has that breakdown where it's just a simple menu like you can see here in the preview, your blog posts, your photo, and a bio. That's all we need to get started, okay? So the only other thing I encourage you is that if you do purchase a theme, that you do take the time and, maybe later on as things progress, you can go through the documentation. If that's something you want to do now, you can. I'm going to show you an example of how you follow the documentation, which is the step-by-step setup guide that comes with premium themes. Sometimes you can find it for 3 themes, but not all the time. And I'll show you how to set up the homepage, how to follow along. So if you did purchase one of these StudioPress themes, for example, they all come with documentation. I'm going to show you how to do that. The one benefit of doing this is that you do learn a bit about your site. You learn how it works, and that's important. It teaches you about WordPress. It teaches you about how your theme works, because every theme is kind of different, even though they're all within the same framework. So my other tip for you is to make sure when you are setting up your theme, you can click on Customize, and it brings up your settings that you just have that your blog posts are showing up on your homepage. So if we go to Homepage Settings, you can just see that the homepage displays your latest post. Make sure you check that box. But if we're going through this, your site identity is just where you put your blog name. So mine is It's All You Boo. Your tagline, you can add a little site icon here. You can design that in Canva, or that's optional for now. You can set your colors. This just changes the colors of the links, so you can see here. Your header image, which we've talked about, was your logo. So you can add that in. Front page images. So some themes have this breakdown where you can upload these images. Usually they won't show up unless there's actually content on them. So this wouldn't be here if I didn't have these words. And I'll show you where you add that. Okay, so next one, front page content settings. So I currently have my blog hidden if I do show blog. So if you have these options, you're gonna wanna make sure that you have show blog on. Okay, so now we can see that my entire blog page is on my homepage, and this is what you want. So you wanna make sure you have show blog on. Every theme is slightly different, but if you don't have that setting, you can go to homepage setting and make sure you have latest posts. Menu, this is where you're gonna set your menu. So remember, we have our about page, our contact page. So to do this, you basically will just create a new menu. You can give it a name. So I would just put your blog name, and you're gonna decide where this menu is gonna appear. So for example, I have above header, which would be up here, but I have my quiz, so that doesn't work. Below header, which is right here. And there's also something called a footer menu for my theme, which would be all the way down here. So let's go to next. Then you're gonna add the pages you want in your menu. So I would add your about you. So these are all my pages. I have a lot. So you could just search for your page, about. You can search for it at the top. And here's my about page. I'm going to add that to the menu. So this won't be as complicated for you because you don't have so many pages. And you can do contact and add that. So you can see I now have a few things in my menu. You could do your blog page and blog. Okay, and then you can rearrange them. All right, and you can also then decide, okay, maybe I don't want this at my footer. You can see it's down here. You can add your menu above header. So if I close my quiz, okay, we can see that it's up there or below header. It honestly all depends on your theme where you can see your menus. So there you have it. That's how you're gonna add in your very simple menu. But I actually don't need this menu. So there you have it. That's menu. And then widgets. Okay, so my theme used widgets, and basically I'm able to add content based on the area. So for mine, this is footer 1, footer 2, footer 3, and front page 1, front page 2. So it all depends on your theme. If you go through the documentation, you'll learn how to set this up. And also, I showed you homepage settings. You can set that up. These are just basic theme settings. You can go through this. Usually you don't have to worry about any of this. Header, the only thing is if you have this option, if you have Google Analytics, if you're setting up a Facebook pixel, this is where you can paste that script in. Otherwise, there's plugins you can use, and we'll talk about that when we get there. And simple custom, this is where if you learn how to edit your CSS, it's just your style sheet, how things look. You can change your fonts. That's where you would do it. And those are the settings for mine. Every site is slightly different. So if you go through, once again, that theme documentation, you'll be able to learn exactly how your homepage works. So if you click X, you can undo all the changes you did. So I accidentally deleted my menu, so I don't want that. And now things are back to normal. So there you have it. That's your super basic way to set up a homepage. Just remember, keep it simple for now. You can make things more complex as you create the content. So as opposed to trying to stretch nothing and fill in spaces, keep it simple, build out later. All right, but if you do want to set up your homepage and follow that theme documentation, to learn exactly how to do that, you're gonna watch part 2 of setting up your theme's homepage. Otherwise, you can skip the next video. Good luck creating your homepage.